What's up, guys? My name's Gamer360 Sports, welcoming all of you to this episode of the All-Sim franchise with the Minnesota Twins. This episode, we are going into the off-season because right now, Minnesota is 48-80. There's no chance to get out of dead last in the division. And right now, our team is absolute garbage. But anyway, there was a major injury in the rotation. Here's the disabled list. You can see Cole DeVaries is out for the next 1 to 2 months with a fractured wrist. That could really affect our pitching rotation. As a matter of fact, it is affecting our pitching rotation. Which right now we have to get another starter in the rotation. We have basically barely any starters at this point in our rotation. But right now, going to upgrade Liam Hendricks, promote him to the major leagues to replace that role because right now our rotation is absolute garbage and we have pitcher after pitcher getting hurt. We had to just put him in because he was going red hot in AAA. In AAA, I don't know his record, I forgot to check that, but he was still winning games in AAA. But anyway, let me just skip ahead right now to the end of the season. If anything else happens, I'll be right back. I expect something to happen any time from now. Alright guys, we finished off the playoffs. We only finished 60-102 on this season, which means we did not play good at all. We absolutely sucked it up this season, only winning 37% of our games. But anyway, you can see the playoff matchups. Toronto won the World Series against Philly, which happens every single time you do a franchise, unless you're in the road to the show, or you're one of those two teams, because it's predetermined. Toronto swept every single series, going to a World Series title, the first since 1993. Too bad Toronto isn't as good in real life, because they're made up of guys from the Miami Marlins, the New York Mets, and you guys know, putting together a bunch of money to create winners doesn't work in the majors. Let's advance to the offseason and start doing all this stuff. Right now we need to sign our pitching coach and a first base coach. I don't know who those guys were. You can see, here's the retirements. We lost Jeremy Carroll, which is great because I wanted to trade him in the first place. We lost our reliever in Hargrove, Hinch, Peter Martinez, Derek Pera. And let's scroll down. Looks like Roy Oswalt retired for Baltimore. Blanco retired for Toronto. Rivera's gone. Pettit's gone. I'm just going to go through this. Some people just go, oh look, here's my team. Bye-bye. Cologne retired. Let's continue scrolling down because there's a couple things. Abanez retired. Then you can see, continue scrolling. Blah, 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 blah. Looks like there was a ton of retirements. Nothing really major that I'm seeing right now. Bobby Abreu retired in free agency, and that's about it. Okay. Let's see what we have to do. Off-season dates, who cares? Hire coaches. Hiring coaches, right now we need to hire, who was it again? For your staff, coaches. We need a pitching coach and a first base coach. I'm going to sign guys that I can actually get. Okay, let's see. First base coach. This guy, Buck Showalter. Oh, wait a minute. He's a manager in real life. Why the heck am I looking at him? Reaction time. That's not what I want. Okay, this will work. Andy Bannister, 55 years old. Let's make an offer. That's good. I want 4-year. Okay, he won't accept that. Try 3-year. Gotta give more money. Okay, $2 million a year. That's gonna get him. And now we also need a hitting coach, which right now, who's the best hitting coaches available? Someone with power. Here we go, power. David Silva. Okay. I thought we already... Oh yeah, it was pitching coach. Yeah, it was pitching coach. Almost hired a new hitting coach for some reason. Okay. I'm just going to go through this real fast. Harry Bravo, let's try deal 1.5 a year. That's going to get him. And let's simulate up. But anyway, you can see we got Harry Bravo as our new pitching coach and continue simulating. We can start doing view contract status. Manage contracts. Here we go. I'm going to go through this real fast. I'm going to try and sign as many guys as possible. because we have a ton of contracts to renew this season. We have to sign our whole minor league system, which I really don't want to do because last time I didn't sign them, we had 10 guys in the majors the entire year, which was not the best thing in the world. But anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to decide on who I actually want to sign. Alright guys, I'm back. Let me tell you, this was completely tiring because let me tell you, this year is going to be interesting for the offseason. Vance Worley has zero interest in the Minnesota Twins this offseason. He's an 87 overall now, but he went 10-15 mainly because he had zero defense and zero run support. So he's out the door. I should have traded him during the trade deadline, but I didn't think he would actually refuse to get a deal done here in Minnesota. But anyway, guys, like Justin Morneau, I got our deals and this kind of stuff. Most of them are going to offer. We're letting guys like Brian Dozier go because Brian Dozier hit a nice 220 and only had 107 hits. Swarzak was 3-9 with one save on the year with a 5.82 ERA in relief. So we're allowing him to go. We had to offer new contracts to guys like Jake Orizzi, Jay Ragland, and John Ryan, our top prospects. And now it seems we have more top prospects like David Foreman and Miguel Guerrera because now we have 4 top 50 prospects in the major leagues this year. Right now it's going to be interesting. I'm also letting guys like Cleve Thomas go and Escobar go because right now I don't like those guys. So let's simulate a few days. I just want to get all those done. No. Okay. We're going to have to go through all these. Every single player is going to be accepting deals now. I kept most of the team. I'm not going to go for a splash of free agency because we don't have the budget. Yes, our first base coach is now hired. Looks like a lot of the minor leaguers are hired and signing the contracts. I don't know how many players actually signed their contracts after the first couple days. Let me just check that right now. Alright. Free agency is officially open. Vance Worley has no interest. As a matter of fact, we're the only team to offer Vance Worley because that's how bad his season was. And let me tell you, this year's free agency has Chase Utley, 87 overall still. I don't know if we need him, but let me tell you, this year is going to be a bit interesting. We need a new starting pitcher that could be a prospect. Let me just take a look at our rotation. Vance Worley is going to be gone, so who would be our top pitcher? Cole DeVeries, followed by Diamond, Vasquez, Correa, and Dean Duno. So our team is not going to do good in pitching if we don't get guys. Here's Robbie Kajima, by the way. He's a top 50 prospect already. Our starting pitcher prospects are doing good. Francis Knight, I'm going to put Francis Knight in Double-A to start. And I'm going to actually put Robbie Kajima in Class A to start. Because right now I don't want these guys to be overachieving. He's still not a top 50 prospect now because we just demoted him. But hey, it's worth actually building him his overall up to the 80s before the second season. But anyway, it's going to be really rough for the contracts. I want to get a starting pitcher. Right now, our starting pitchers that are out on the market are Vance Worley and Johan Santana is bringing interest from the Orioles, the Rays, and the Braves. Vargas is not that interested in many offers. Then there's Kyle Lors, who did not pitch a single game last season. Maybe I can pick this guy up. I'm not sure. His attributes, toggle attributes, Okay, right now he has good stamina. The problem is hits through 9 innings is not the best. That's why I don't really want him. Here's Eric Bedard, 2-10 last season, not that good. He was on the Houston Astros, maybe that's why. Mike Pelfrey is now in the free agent market. I don't want to sign him again, though. There's not a lot of good pitchers on the market this season. Not a lot of good pitchers. So, I wonder how cheap I can get Eric Bedard, though. Because his stats are pretty decent. I might be able to swing him in the 5 spot. Okay. See what that does. A little interest. Let's go with a 3-year deal. $1 million a year. That's going to get him. Right there. $3.14 million for 3 years for Eric Bedard. just get a starting pitcher. Might be able to get someone else, so let me just check my roster myself. Okay, relievers. We got a couple relievers, and we can bring some guys up. Closers, we got guys. Let's see. Catcher, we can build that up. Our team's pretty interesting this year because we have all these prospects, and I want to get more prospects this year. I want to build up the prospect base throughout the entire year. We don't really have to sign anybody. I don't want to really sign anybody in the first place, except for Bedard, so we at least have one ace. Vance Worley is out the door. He was decent, but he couldn't do what any other pitcher could do. Okay, yeah, stop simulating. I had to set the 40-man roster. Okay, let's see. I want to sort by potential. Sort. There we go. Okay, I got to put all these guys on the 40-man roster, or else we're going to be screwed up for sure. Okay, full 40-man roster. Who can I take off the 40-man roster? Okay, remove from 40-man roster. Remove from 40-man roster. Some of these guys, I don't even know why they're on the 40-man roster with deep potential. Cleat, remove from 40-man roster. Clement, remove from 40-man roster. Blackburn, we can keep on the 40-man roster because he's 68. Scott Diamond, keep him on the 40-man roster. The shortstop in AAA, I want to remove him from the 40-man roster. Want to clear some space for all these 40-man roster guys. Swarzak is going to be a free agent, so okay, that won't let me do that. Eric Fryer, keep on the 40-man. Burnett, okay. Let me just see if that's enough, because I have a ton of A potential guys. I don't want to lose all of them. Add the 40-man. Kojima, we got to add to the 40-man. Guerrera, we have to add to the 40-man. Okay, Colborn, we have to add to the 40-man. Hunter Sheldon, we got to add to the 4-man. Okay, who else are we missing? It's 19-year-old in AA. I don't want to move him to Class A. Okay, you have a full 40-man roster again. I want to put... Okay, we got Ragland and Ryan on the 40-man roster. And I can take Vance Worley off the 40-man roster. Okay, he's not under contract, so I can't do that. Oh my gosh. Who are we letting go to free agency? That's the question. That's what I'm asking. Because I want to know who I can take off this 40-man roster that has no future with the Minnesota Twins organization. Escobar, can I remove him? Yes, I can remove him because even though he's not under contract, I can still remove him. So, yeah, PJ Walters, I can remove him from the 40-man roster. I got all these players on waivers right now. This guy, let's remove him from the 40-man as well. Want to make as much room as possible for our high prospects, or else we're going to lose some guys for no reason. Okay, let's add Eddie Rodriguez to the 40-man. Let's add Ragland to the 40-man. Let's add Ryan to the 40-man. Let's add Henry Dominguez. Okay, what the heck is going on? Okay, full 40-man roster again. Oh my gosh. This is getting really frustrating. You know what? Leave Vargas and Dominguez off the 40-man roster. And Clay, who cares? He's 25. Okay, I think the Rule 5 draft is coming up any day now. Of course, Milwaukee claimed Pedro Foreman. Looks like one guy cleared waivers, two. Escobar cleared waivers. Clay Thomas cleared waivers. We lost PJ Walters to waivers. It looks like cleared out, alright. No, don't stop simulating. Okay. We lost a couple guys to waivers. Hopefully we don't lose any more prospects, or else we're going to be even more screwed. Because I don't want to lose all these prospects. Okay. It looks like we got Eric Bedard, or now part of our rotation. That's a good thing. Okay. No, don't stop simulating. Okay. Okay. I have 41 players on the 40-man roster. I gotta take someone off the 40-man roster. Let me just organize this. Sort. 40-man, 40-man, Vance Worley. Can I remove him? No, we can't. Oh my gosh, I offered him salary arbitration. Why did I just do that? Oh my gosh. It's getting really frustrating, you know. Some of these guys I have on the 40-man roster and I can't do anything about it. Might take off one of these guys. I don't know. Brian Dozier. Moved from 40-man. He's going to be a free agent, so who cares? So, yeah, that should be good. And now let's go to the Rule 5 draft. If it's a little bit boring for you guys, let me tell you, I'm bored myself. There's Matt Carpenter signing. Simulate through date. Okay, go to the Rule 5 draft. Houston and oh my gosh. Houston, Minnesota, top 2 picks. And it looks like they picked up Matt Rodriguez. I don't know who that is. Let's see who is available in the prospects. Looks like it's all prospects. I might be able to pick up somebody and bring him to the majors in this Rule 5 draft. That looks like it could be possible. I'm really liking this guy, though, in Dave Bryant. Might be able to bring him in. Let's see. Neil. Okay. This guy's hitting, though. He's not good. Jeff Nava's our guy. I don't... Jeff Nava. Hopefully we do not lose Jeff Nava. Oh my gosh, this is going to be frustrating. Alright guys, I'm going to pick up Dave Bryant. That's a great pickup. Hopefully we don't lose our guys. Looks like most players aren't doing anything. And we can't select any more players in this draft because we have a full 40-man roster. So that's fine with me. And okay. Exit Rule 5 draft, blah, 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 blah. Now we have a new player on our roster that we can have. Has to stay on the major leagues, though. So we're just going to go right through. If anything else happens, I'll bring you guys to it. Because right now, all it is going to be is a bunch of guys just sign up. I'm going to go to spring training. That's where we're going to figure out all the rotation stuff and all the lineups for this season. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. It's another major thing for the offseason because... look at the date significance. It is Vance Worley's arbitration hearing. I don't think he signed with anyone. As a matter of fact, let me just check that. Nope, he's not under anybody's contract. Hopefully they do not give him $1 million contract because we can't afford that. And it looks like they sided with Vance Worley, but it's going to be a cheap paycheck. Only $885K. That's pretty good. Just check what the date significance is. Okay, mispronounced that. Significance. That's going to be Anthony Swarzak's arbitrational hearing. It looks like they sided with Swarzak. He's only getting $362K, which is lower than most players at age 20, like Mike Trout and Bryce Harper. But we're starting to approach right now the spring training. I'll be right back, guys, when I figure out what I'm going to do for my rotation. Oh my gosh, let me tell you. This has been a stressful time. I've been spending 30 minutes just to make sure the Major League roster is perfect this year. A couple guys did not sign in the minor leagues, which means we have a few gaps to fill. Let me tell you, this was a complete mess. You can see the usual starters are on the Major League roster, but we have new guys in Mercado, as well as you scroll down Jeff Nava, and finally we also have Andres Moya. For the AAA, it's all starting pitchers. The starting pitchers are the stars of the AAA roster. They're the best pitchers in AAA. We have Arizzi, we have Kojima, Ragland, Ryan, as well as Guerrero as your starting 5 rotation. That is great for our team to help them build into great pitchers. All 4 of the 5 starting pitchers are top 50 prospects, and Arizzi is almost Major League ready at 23 years old. But let me tell you, our best position player is Eric Guerrero, who is currently a big potential, 67 overall. We also have some guys in AAA starting up this year, like Tyler Robinson, who is no longer, I think, on the 40-man rotation. Actually, it is. But anyway, let me tell you, for AA, we have guys that are supposed to be up in AAA, but they would hold back our starting pitchers and cause A's to go to B's, and we would lose our top 50 prospects. So Liam Hendricks and Loan Tevez, will end up starting in Double-A this season. You can see Blackburn's on waivers. Our best positional player is Jeff Clement. Now, the Class A, you can see, is all pitchers. That's where some of our young guns will start off pitching, like Francis Knight, as well as our guys like Rick Navarro, as well as many others. Benji Morgan's down here, in reliever, 19 years old, like we've seen. And now as you scroll down, our best positional player is a 50 overall in Don Presley. Actually, Henry Rubio be potential 51 overall. That is not that good down in Single A. But the lineups, this is what caused me to stress out, because I had to change the 40-man roster 5-10 times. I had to figure out who to call up, who to send down. This team is a complete and utter mess. The rotation in the roster is almost the exact same as last year with a few little tweaks. For example, Trevor Plouffe will be playing shortstop this year because we don't have a major league ready shortstop this season, as we will have Brian Dozier go to free agency, and he's still in free agency. Now, two of our new guys in Mikado and Nava will be playing different positions than they're used to. Mikado has never played third baseman. This should be pretty. We have a guy that's an outfielder in general, forced to play third baseman because we don't have enough third basemen up from AAA, AA, or Single A. Jeff Nava, instead of third base, will be playing second base. So anyway, as you can see, it's basically the same for all the right-hand pitching. The left side's a bit different. You can see Matt Carpenter plays first base, and Justin Morneau will be the DH because he can't hit the side of a barn on the left-hand side. As you can see, it's basically Nava and Mikado because Mikado has no contact on the left-hand side. Now, Justin Morneau will get a break when there's no DH because without the DH, he's not able to play at all on that side. He's only an 83 overall this season at 32 years old. He'll be dropping down more and more as the seasons go on. So basically, it's basically switched between Nava and Mikado. And Andres Moya, who is going to be a rookie this season, will be starting off the bench. Even though he's a 70 overall, will be potential 20 years old. But the pitching rotation is about the same. Vance Worley, even though I don't want him, will be our main ace. Eric Bedard will be second. Cole Tavares is third. Scott Diamond is fourth. And Vasquez will be fifth. You can see right now it goes right, left, right, which is what I want it to be, and mixes up the rosters and mixes up the lineups for this year. Then you can see our sixth starting pitcher in the rotation, and Danino will be with Dunsing for the on-hand pitching. Alex Burnett and Swarzak, as well as Renuki, will be the middle relievers. Burden and Fiend will be the saves, and the closer will be Glenn Perkins. Now, basically, this will now wrap up this episode. Let me tell you, it took absolutely forever. I was about to lose my mind. I've been recording for 57 minutes in a row. I got other things to do. And right now I also have to edit Astros franchise and the other Minnesota Twins All-Sim franchise before this. So anyway, all corrections will appear on your screen right now. There's probably a couple here and there because I either misworded words or mispronounced names, that kind of stuff. You'll probably see Danino's name on there as well. Now smash that like button, and thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day because mine isn't.